Hey everyone, it's Deru here. Today I'm going to try a new art medium for the first time. If you've seen my last video or follow me on Instagram, you probably know that I am pretty comfortable with digital painting. I've also worked a lot with watercolors, markers, and pretty much all the fancy art supplies out there. But today I wanted to strip things back and go back to basics. The basics of all the basics. And that is color pencils. Ta-da! But before we start, I want to share a few thoughts about this channel. I'm sorry if you are looking right now at my hands and feeling like what I'm saying doesn't fit my hand gestures. Well, that's because my phone died many times, my microphone died many times, so I am doing basically a voiceover right now. So I want to make it really clear. This YouTube channel isn't about teaching you how to draw or paint. There are already so many amazing artists on YouTube who are way more passionate about breaking down the fundamentals, how to draw a face, how to nail anatomy, lighting, and all of that. And don't get me wrong, I can draw and I can paint. In fact, I am an oil painter who focuses on realism. So I do know a thing or two about anatomy and color theory. Here I will probably show you some of my old paintings. I actually went to an art high school and learned to paint with oils from one of Argentina's biggest oil painters. So weird flex, but okay. I even got to the point where I was basically her right hand and I was managing her, I don't know how to call it, like her school or something. But that's a story for another video. I'm also planning on making a video someday painting with oils, so be sure to subscribe and stick around. So the point is, while you can learn from watching my process and you might pick up some techniques along the way, that's not really the point of my content. So is the point of this YouTube channel to showcase my work? Well, no. I'm here to help you approach art differently. My goal with this channel is to take you on a personal and introspective journey, one where art comes from a place of joy and not from a place of fear, where you can approach it with curiosity and not self-criticism. I would like you to take it easy, to make art intimately, wholeheartedly, and without pressure, to allow yourself to make mistakes, to choose what feels right for you, because maybe you don't enjoy drawing people, or you don't enjoy drawing people realistically, and that's okay. Maybe you prefer landscapes or animals or things that don't even exist. And honestly, that one is one of the best things about art, that you can draw things that don't exist. So with all that being said, and my hands still moving around in the video, this is too funny because I'm watching this after experiencing the video. Anyway, let's get into today's drawing. So this is the color pencils that we're using today. As you can see, they have been used. I did not buy these color pencils for the video. This was a present from my mom when I was like, 12 years old or something. And I did use them maybe one or twice, and then I gave up because I didn't know how to use them. I wasn't satisfied, and yeah, I stopped. So that's why I am naming this video using a new art medium for the first time, because this is actually the first time I am drawing something consciously. So when I think about color pencils, I'm going to do something here that's called free association. So free association is a concept brought by Sigmund Freud. I study psychology, so I'm going to mention the guy a lot. And what free association is you, let's just say I tell you a word like color pencils, and you say the first thing that comes to mind, and maybe the first thing that comes to mind is red, and I tell you, okay, then do the same thing with red. And the more you say, the more you name things, the more we supposedly get into your conscious mind. So when I think about color pencils, I think about childhood. I think about softness, I think about innocence, I think about something, I don't know what's the word, something cave-like. I don't know the word in English. I know in Spanish is rupestre, which is like, do you know those caves where there were hands painting in the walls? Well, I think about that kind of thing. So today I'm gonna try and draw something with these color pencils that reminds me of my childhood, and spoiler alert, it will suck. It won't be my one masterpiece. I won't love it, but I will definitely enjoy the process, and I will definitely allow my creativity to unlock and see what can we do with this. So without further ado, and with my hands still moving around, I don't know what I'm saying at this point, but okay, I was having a lot of fun. Okay, so it's time to draw. As I told you guys before, I'm gonna draw a scene from my childhood. Oh, by the way, I'm using the shaker. Yeah, it's a very fun pencil, and the pencil's gonna shake, and yeah, it's very cool. So when I was a child, I had a terrible childhood. Let's just start with that. I had a terrible childhood, and one of the things that kept me happy was reading. And I used to read a lot. And when I tell you a lot, it's like I could read 200 pages book in a day. I was that child. And I remember I used to read in my bed at night. And I remember my mom coming into my bedroom and basically just yelling at me and telling me to go to sleep because it was a school night and things like that. But reading was the one thing that made me truly happy. So my idea for this drawing is drawing myself reading on my bed. So that's supposed to be me. And the background, I would do something more symbolic with the background. I honestly, at this point, I didn't have an idea of what I wanted to do with the background, but you guys will see. So I'm gonna fast forward this so that you guys can see the process of drawing, and then we can get to painting. Alright, so for painting the part where I am at in the illustration, I've chose warm tone colors like bright pink. I think I've chosen pink lavender too, orange, brown, all those colors that will represent the warmth that I felt when reading. And I will be using that lamp in the bed table to be my light source. So let's see how this goes. So at this point, I thought the part of me was already done, so I decided to go on and start painting the rest of the illustration. And at this point, I remember so vividly that I was having so much fun. First of all, these color pencils are magnificent. They're amazing. I don't know if they're expensive or cheap because they were a present, and honestly, I haven't googled them at all, but they're very soft. The consistency is so good. I think anyone can create something colorful and alive with this color pencil, so I honestly recommend them a lot. But something happened to me when I was painting this part, when I was using these colors. I felt so much at peace with myself. And when I think about my childhood, peace is not something that matches my childhood at all. So to share a little bit about me, I am the youngest of 3 sisters, so there are 3 of us. I was born in a small city. Let's just say it was a small town in Buenos Aires, but not in the city. And we used to have a really big house with a front yard and a backyard. And my dad used to be the man who worked, and my mom stayed at home. And they actually didn't have a really good marriage. In fact, I was the child of divorce, basically. And my whole childhood and adolescence was, let's just say, it was crossed by my parents' divorce and all the consequences that it brought, because it was not a peaceful divorce. And my only comfort during those times was drawing and reading and painting and music, and all everything that surrounded art was my escapism, but also my safe place. And I sometimes think that one of the reasons why it's hard for me to enjoy art as an adult is because it reminds me of my childhood. It reminds me that art wasn't something to be enjoyed all my life. In fact, art was a coping mechanism. Art was a place to go when you feel lonely and helpless and hopeless. So it has been very difficult to me to change that perspective, to think about art as a place to have fun and to experience joy and creativity. Because what I have learned during those years in my life where art has been there is that what the world doesn't want you to know, in a way, what society doesn't want you to know, what, I don't know, entertainers and people who dedicate their lives to make you consume stuff, what they don't want you to know is that there is so much more happiness and fulfillment in creating rather than consuming. And I got into that consumerism cycle when I was a teenager and an early young adult, and I stopped doing all those things. And now I am at a point where I am thinking about art as something different, as maybe art is a place of self-expression and happiness, and maybe it still is a place to go when you have nowhere else to go, and that's also okay. Now I would like you to take a look at the way I am painting the background. I am using very big strokes, very dark and cold colors. I am painting the background with rage, with sadness, as if I wanted to be over already. And that's what I experienced. Symbolically, the background represents everything that was outside of my comfort zone, outside of the place where I felt happy with my art and my reading and my bed and my space, right? Isn't it amazing that art has the chance to tell a story, that we can tell our own life story through art? So this is the final piece. It definitely isn't one of my great art pieces, but it has so much in it. I feel like I have left a part of my soul in it. I feel like I have left a part of my story in here, and that I have much to think about. I would like to read in the comments what art meant to you as a child and what art means to you right now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like what I did, and I hope to see you guys around with my moving hands and everything. Okay, so have a great day. Take care. Be mindful. Be respectful to yourself. And remember, life is better when you draw it. So see you guys on the next video. Bye.